There was a time when Margaret could walk up the stairs without even thinking about it. She used to dance on Friday nights and garden every Sunday morning. But now, at 74, she found herself gripping the handrail just to get to the second step. Her legs weren't in pain. They were just weak, fragile, like they were giving up on her. And the strange thing? She hadn't changed much. She still tried to eat well. She still took her vitamins. She even walked around the block a few times a week. But somehow, her legs were no longer cooperating. If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. What most people don't realize is that after the age of 60, we start losing something far more important than just strength. We lose the foundation that keeps us independent, our legs. And this decline often happens slowly, quietly, until one day, standing from a chair becomes a challenge. But what if I told you that there is a remedy, one that dates back generations, that can help restore the vitality in aging legs? A remedy that's been quietly forgotten by modern medicine, yet used for centuries in communities where seniors live active, mobile lives well into their 80s and beyond. Today, I'm going to take you on a journey. You'll learn the story of that remedy, the science behind it, and exactly how to use it safely in your daily life. By the end of this video, you'll understand how to support your legs, rebuild stability, and walk with more confidence, even if you are already in your 70s or 80s. But here's the thing. If you click away too soon, you might miss the key detail that makes this remedy actually work. Because most people try this, but they do it wrong, and they end up thinking it's useless. Don't make that mistake. And if you're someone who cares about staying strong, mobile, and independent as you age, take a moment right now to subscribe. Each week, I share natural ways to protect your muscles, joints, heart, and brain, without expensive drugs or extreme routines. If you don't subscribe, you could miss the one video that might change the way you age forever. So, let's get into it. You're about to rediscover a remedy that helped Margaret and may help you too stand strong again. It usually starts quietly. Maybe you notice it when you're trying to get out of the car. You plant your feet, push up with your legs, but it takes more effort than it used to. You tell yourself, "I'm just tired today." But then it happens again the next day, and again the next week. Until one morning, you realize you have to brace yourself on the counter just to stand up straight. What's happening? Most people chalk it up to just getting old, but that's not entirely true. What's really happening is something called age-related muscle loss, or sarcopenia. It affects more than 1 in 3 adults over 60, and it doesn't just weaken your muscles. It weakens your freedom, and the legs are the first to go. Why? Because your legs contain the largest muscles in your body, your glutes, quads, and hamstrings. These muscles are responsible for walking, standing, climbing stairs, even keeping your balance. When they start to shrink, so does your world. But here's what no one tells you. This process doesn't have to be permanent. In fact, studies show that with the right support, your body can rebuild muscle, even in your 70s, 80s, and beyond. The problem is, most people look in the wrong direction. They focus only on exercise, or only on supplements, when in reality, it's often about one missing ingredient, one forgotten remedy that our grandparents used regularly, but that we've nearly abandoned in the modern age. And I'll tell you exactly what that is in just a moment. But first, I want to ask you something. Have you noticed yourself slowing down in the past year? Feeling less steady? Needing to hold on to furniture when you walk across the room? If so, stay with me. Because the remedy I'm about to share is not a miracle pill or a trendy diet. It's a time-tested, natural tool that helps your body do what it's designed to do. Stay strong. And if you're finding this story helpful so far, go ahead and leave a comment below. Tell me, when did you first notice your legs weren't as strong as they used to be? Your story might help someone else realize they're not alone. Now, let's take a step back in time, because this forgotten remedy has roots older than most of us alive today. Back in the 1940s, before protein powders and fitness trackers, people had a different kind of wisdom. They may not have had fancy research or medical degrees, but they had experience. They understood the body by living in it, working with it, and listening to it. Take Margaret's grandmother, for example. She lived on a small farm and worked the land well into her 70s. No gym, no supplements. Yet her legs were strong, her back was straight, and she could still kneel in the garden longer than people half her age. Her secret: every morning, without fail, she started her day with a bowl of warm bone broth. To most people today, that might sound old-fashioned, but bone broth, slow simmered stock made from animal bones, was once a daily staple in nearly every household. And what most people don't realize is that this simple, humble liquid is loaded with nutrients that modern diets lack. Bone broth is rich in collagen, gelatin, calcium, magnesium, and key amino acids like glycine and proline, all of which play a critical role in rebuilding and strengthening connective tissue, joints, and yes, muscles. What's more, it's incredibly easy for the aging body to absorb. As we grow older, our ability to digest and extract nutrients from food declines. That's why bone broth, which is both nourishing and gentle on the stomach, became a natural choice for supporting aging bodies. But somewhere along the way, we forgot about it. We traded slow cooking for fast food. We swapped homemade remedies for pills with fine print and side effects, and in doing so, we left behind one of the most powerful allies for aging legs. Now, here's something most people don't know. Recent studies have shown that collagen peptides, the key protein found in properly prepared bone broth, can significantly increase muscle mass and improve joint function in older adults, especially when combined with even light physical activity. And unlike protein shakes that can be hard on the kidneys or processed beyond recognition, bone broth is as natural as it gets. But here's the catch. Most people who try bone broth today don't prepare it the right way. They buy boxed versions from the store, full of salt, and lacking the gelatinous texture that shows it's rich in the good stuff. Or they drink it occasionally, thinking 1 or 2 cups will magically restore years of strength. That's not how real remedies work. That's why in the next section I'll show you exactly how to use bone broth the right way, how often to take it, how to prepare it, and what ingredients make it work even better for aging legs. But before we move on, let me ask you this. Did your parents or grandparents ever talk about drinking broth? Maybe chicken soup made from scratch? If so, you might be sitting on a piece of family wisdom that's more valuable than you ever realized. And if you haven't subscribed yet, now's the time, because in just a moment, we'll get into the step-by-step guide for how to turn this forgotten remedy into a daily strength-building ritual. And if you miss that, you might end up doing it the wrong way, just like most people do, and never see the results you deserve. Stay with me. The real transformation begins next. Now that you know the power behind this forgotten remedy, let's talk about how to actually use it correctly. Because like any natural remedy, the magic is in the method. First, let's talk about preparation. True bone broth isn't just any soup. It's not the kind you find in a can. Real bone broth is made by simmering animal bones, typically beef, chicken, or turkey, for at least 12 to 24 hours. That slow simmer draws out the minerals, amino acids, and collagen into a form your body can easily absorb. If you're thinking, that sounds like a lot of work, don't worry. You can make a big batch just once a week and store it in your fridge or freezer. I'll share a simple recipe in just a moment, but here's the most important thing. Your broth should gel when it cools. That's how you know it's full of real collagen. Now, let's talk about frequency. For results you can feel, especially in your legs, consistency matters. Drinking 1 cup here and there won't do much, but 1 cup a day, every morning before breakfast, can make a huge difference over time. That's exactly what Margaret did. After her doctor dismissed her complaints as normal aging, she went back to her grandmother's old habits. She drank 1 warm cup of homemade broth every morning for 30 days. No sugar, no pills, just broth, plus a few gentle leg exercises I'll share later in this video. By the 3rd week, something changed. She wasn't holding onto the wall anymore when she walked across the kitchen. She could get up from the couch without that slow, awkward push with both arms. Her legs felt alive again, like they remembered what it meant to be strong. And no, this wasn't magic. This was nutrition. Simple, targeted, time-tested nutrition. Now, if you want to make your broth even more powerful, add in herbs like garlic, ginger, and turmeric during the simmer. These natural anti-inflammatories help reduce joint swelling and boost circulation. 2 key things for aging legs. A small squeeze of lemon, even better. The vitamin C helps your body synthesize collagen more efficiently. And here's a little-known trick. Sipping your broth slowly, while warm, gives your digestive system a gentle start to the day. It calms the gut, balances your blood sugar, and sets the tone for stable energy throughout the morning. Does it take some effort? Yes. But ask yourself this: what's harder, making broth once a week, or spending the next 10 years struggling to walk without support? You don't have to go all in today. Just try 1 week. Make a batch. Drink 1 cup each morning, and pay attention to how your legs feel, how your body feels. If you're still with me, it means you care about staying strong, independent, and mobile in this stage of life. And that puts you way ahead of most people who are still hoping strength will come back on its own. In the next part, I'll share how to combine this remedy with a few simple leg movements to multiply its effects. No gym required, no fancy equipment. Just you, your body, and a bit of daily intention. And if you haven't hit that subscribe button yet, now is the time, because coming up is the part that ties it all together. Miss it, and you'll miss the real secret behind lasting leg strength. Nutrition builds the foundation, but movement is the spark. Think of it this way. Drinking bone broth gives your body the bricks it needs to rebuild. But unless you use those bricks, Unless you put gentle stress on your muscles, your body doesn't know to strengthen them. The good news: you don't need to join a gym, lift heavy weights, or even break a sweat. In fact, for older adults, the most effective leg-strengthening movements are simple, low impact, and can be done right at home. Let me walk you through 3 movements Margaret used every morning while sipping her cup of broth. The first is the sit to stand. It's exactly what it sounds like. Sit on a sturdy chair with your feet flat on the ground. Then stand up using your legs, not your arms. Then sit back down slowly. Try it 5 times. It may feel difficult at first, but that's a sign your muscles are waking up. This one movement activates your thighs, glutes, and stabilizer muscles, exactly the ones you use every time you rise from a chair, climb stairs, or regain your balance. The second movement is the heel raise. Hold onto the back of a chair. Rise slowly onto your tiptoes, then lower back down with control. Do this 10 times. It targets your calves and improves circulation in your lower legs, often the first area to show weakness or poor blood flow. And the third, it's something most people overlook: ankle circles. While seated, slowly rotate your foot in a circle, 10 times in one direction, then the other. Weak ankles are a hidden cause of falls, especially among seniors. This small motion improves flexibility and keeps your stabilizers strong. Margaret did all 3 movements in under 10 minutes every day right after finishing her broth. And after just 2 weeks, she didn't need to hold the handrail on the stairs. After 4 weeks, she walked to the park without having to stop and rest. Were her legs like they were at 30? Of course not. But they were hers again, reliable, strong, capable. That's the goal, not perfection, function. And you can do the same. It doesn't matter if you're 60, 70, or even 85. The body responds to consistency, not age. Feed it what it needs. Move it with purpose. And give it the chance to remember what strength feels like. If you're finding this helpful, let me know in the comments. Which of those 3 movements do you think you could start with today? Even one of them can make a real difference. And remember, we're not done yet. In the next section, I'll share the biggest mistakes people make when trying to strengthen their legs, and how to avoid setting yourself back when your goal is to move forward. So don't click away. What comes next could save you weeks or even months of frustration. Let's be honest, it's easy to get excited in the beginning. You start drinking the broth. You try a few of the movements. Maybe you even feel a little stronger after the first week. But then something happens. You skip a day. Your legs feel sore. Or you don't see instant results, and you wonder, is this even working? That's when most people make the mistakes that quietly undo all their progress. Let's talk about those mistakes, so you don't make them. The first mistake is expecting quick results. We live in a world of overnight shipping and 24-hour fixes. But your body doesn't work on that schedule. Muscle loss didn't happen overnight, and rebuilding strength takes time. Weeks, sometimes months. But the progress is there, if you stay consistent. The second mistake is doing too much too soon, especially if you start to feel a little better. It's tempting to try more reps, longer walks, or heavier resistance. But pushing too hard can lead to setbacks, joint pain, muscle strain, or fatigue. The goal isn't to train like an athlete. It's to build slow, sustainable strength that lasts. The third mistake? Neglecting hydration and sleep. It might sound unrelated, but water and rest are essential. Without proper hydration, your joints stiffen and your muscles cramp. Without deep sleep, your body can't repair the tissue you're working so hard to rebuild. 1 cup of broth a day won't do much if you're constantly running on empty. And here's a mistake most people never see coming: relying only on supplements. There's nothing wrong with vitamins, but they can't replace real nourishment. Bone broth, whole foods, gentle movement. These are the things your body understands and responds to. Supplements can support you, but they can't do the work for you. The final and most damaging mistake is giving up too early. You tell yourself it's not working. You think you're too old. You say, maybe this just isn't for me. But strength after 60 isn't about being lucky. It's about being committed. And most people give up just before the breakthrough. Don't be most people. You've made it this far into the video. That tells me something about you. You want more than just advice. You want results. You want the ability to walk with confidence, to stand without help, to trust your body again. That's why, in the next section, I'm going to show you how to turn everything you've learned today, nutrition, movement, consistency, into a simple weekly plan you can stick to. No guesswork, no confusion, just a daily rhythm to keep your legs getting stronger over time. And if you're still watching, this is your moment. Hit that subscribe button now, because each week I'm adding new tools, new remedies, new exercises, new strategies to help you stay strong and independent as you age. Miss a week, and you might miss the one thing that changes everything. We're almost there. Let's finish strong. Let's bring it all together. You now understand the power of bone broth, the importance of gentle daily movement, and the traps to avoid. But knowledge without a plan is just noise. So in this section, I want to give you something you can actually use. A simple weekly rhythm that fits into your life, no matter your age, energy level, or schedule. Let's start with mornings. Each morning before breakfast, warm up 1 cup of bone broth. Sip it slowly. Think of it as fuel, not just for your body, but for your day. While you're drinking it, take 5 deep breaths. Relax. Let the warmth settle into your system. This moment of stillness isn't just good for your digestion, it's good for your mindset. After your broth, do your 3 movements: sit to stands, heel raises, and ankle circles. No rush, just 1 round, 5 to 10 reps each. The entire routine takes less than 10 minutes, but what it does inside your body lasts far longer. Midday is about nourishment. Choose meals with real, whole foods, especially those rich in protein and minerals. Eggs, fish, legumes, leafy greens, and even liver if you're open to it. These are your muscle-rebuilding allies. And if you can, take a short walk after lunch, even 10 minutes. It helps circulation, improves mood, and keeps your legs in motion. Movement is like medicine, but only if you take it daily. In the evening, rest is the priority. No screens before bed. No heavy meals late at night. Aim for 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep. And if you struggle with rest, warm bone broth can also be sipped before bed. The glycine in it helps calm your nervous system and prepares you for deeper sleep. And now, the key: consistency. Don't treat this like a one-time fix. Treat it like brushing your teeth, like drinking water, like showing up for yourself. Because every cup of broth, every heel raise, Every moment you give your body the signal to rebuild. It adds up. Margaret followed this rhythm for just 6 weeks. And while she didn't feel like a teenager again, she no longer feared losing her independence. That fear was replaced with strength, stability, confidence. You can have that too. So here's what I want you to do. Pick one piece of this plan to start with tomorrow. Not next week. Not when you have more time. Tomorrow. Whether it's the broth, the movement, or just the walk after lunch. Just begin. Because the secret isn't in doing everything. The secret is in starting something and doing it again the next day. In the final section of this video, I'll leave you with one last thought. Something I believe every older adult needs to hear. Because if no one else has told you this yet, it's time someone did. We'll wrap it all up next. You've made it to the end of this video, and that says something powerful about you. You're not someone who's given up. You're not someone who believes that aging means surrendering your strength. You're someone who still believes in taking ownership of your health. One choice, one step, one day at a time. If there's one message I hope you take with you, it's this. It's never too late to rebuild what time has taken. Your legs are not gone. Your strength is not gone. It's waiting. Waiting for you to nourish it, to activate it, and to believe in it again. The remedy we talked about today may seem simple. A cup of broth, a few movements, a new rhythm. But that's how change happens. In the small things you do every single day, not in big promises or magic pills. So don't wait for the perfect moment. Don't wait for things to get worse. Start today. Start small. Start where you are. And if you found this video helpful, even just one piece of it, please consider subscribing to this channel. Because every week, I share more natural, time-tested ways to support your body as it ages, without hype, without pressure, just real tools that work. If you don't subscribe, you might miss the one video, the one tip, that finally unlocks the strength you've been looking for. Don't let that happen. And before you go, leave a comment below. What part of this video resonated most with you? What will you try first? The broth, the movements, the morning rhythm? I read every comment. And your story might inspire someone else who's silently struggling. Remember, age may slow you down, but it doesn't have to stop you. You were made to move, to stand, to keep going. Let's help your legs remember that. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next video.